everyone, welcome back to Dwdtv. I'm Grace.
And I'm Nevaeh. So Grace, are you excited for Halloween this year?
I am so excited for Halloween this year. I can see all the puppies and cats dressed up as pumpkins and squashes. I can't wait.
So are you going to dress up your dog this year or no?
Sadly I can't because she hurt her shoulder last week, but maybe I'll put a little hat on her if I'm lucky.
Oh, that's cute. Well, I have a wiener dog, but you know, I'm debating if I'm going to dress up as a talker or not. But I'm so excited to see all the makeup ideas and costume ideas they have this year.
Me too. Did you know we had a senior here that does really cool spooky special effects makeup?
I did not.
Luckily we got an interview with her last weekend.
Well, here's Jacob and Ria with Madeline.
Thanks, Nevaeh. For this next segment, we interviewed a Daniel High School student on their hobby. And disclaimer, if you are sensitive to blood, look away because she is really good.
My hobby is special effects makeup, and so what I do is I turn myself into a monster, burns and cuts and bullet wounds and stuff like that. I'd definitely say some of my favorite things that I've done is I made it look like I shoved a pencil through my nose, done a bullet hole in my head. I did somebody's makeup for Halloween where I made them look like Greta Gremlin from the Gremlins movie, and that was a lot of fun. It's a very therapeutic and relaxing thing for me because anytime I get to feeling down on myself, I can just take out my makeup and turn myself into something completely different, and it kind of peps me back up, like, wow, I really did that, that's super cool. I remember, I think I was about 12 or 13, and I was watching this video on YouTube, and this girl used paints and scar wax and turned herself into the Bride of Frankenstein, and it completely blew my mind that she made it look like she had these stitches and scars on her face, and I was like, wow, I really want to do that. And so I told my parents and I got a kit and I started from there. Old horror movies have probably been part of my biggest influence because if you think about the progression of special effects special effects makeup since, say, The Exorcist, like how they made it look like pea soup for throw up, and how things have progressed and how special effects makeup has gotten so much more intricate and more detailed and a lot better. It's just the constant change and progression, and it is definitely what inspires me the most.
I'm Jacob with Dwdtv.
Thanks, Jacob. Have you followed her on Instagram? She's so talented. She sings, she plays the guitar, she does this cool makeup. What can't she do?
She kind of reminds me of one of the sisters from Vampire Diaries.
I don't watch it, but maybe I should. I love scary stuff.
Well, I thought I knew about vampires, witches, brooms, like anything that deals with Halloween. But you know, Thomas started quizzing me in class and I couldn't get any of the questions right.
Me neither, but maybe some of his contestants on his trivia game had some better luck. Maybe we have some Halloween geniuses here at Daniel.
Thanks, Grace. Now we have a little game with a spooky, mysterious box. Let's see what's inside.
Is a pumpkin a fruit or vegetable?
A vegetable. What's up? Now you about to shock me? Right. I'm scared. Chill. Your hand not even in the ice. Okay, yeah. I'm not answering no more.
Where does the legend of the Headless Horseman take place?
The woods.
Vegetable!
Who wrote the novel It?
Oh, Stephen King!
Yeah. Who was the killer in Halloween?
Freddy.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
Let's go. How's it going?
It's pretty cold.
Oh. I can barely move my hand. My fingers are literally numb.
Kinda cold.
Ah! This is not fun.
And I'm Zach Grant with Dwdtv.
I honestly wasn't sure if pumpkin was a fruit or vegetable or not.
Neither did I. I didn't think anyone knew that off the top of their head. I'll just take the animal trivia from now on. But I heard we were telling spooky stories in the library next week.
So Grace, have you had any type of paranormal activity happen to you?
No, but even if I did, nothing would spook me.
Okay, well I wouldn't go that far because some of the stories down there is pretty spooky.
I doubt it'll faze me, but I'm excited to hear it and see everyone's reactions.
Well, let's go see what Annika had to say about it.
Let's see what Daniel has to say about their favorite scary movies and favorite scary stories.
My favorite scary movie is Halloween Town.
The Conjuring or It, because I really like the super scary stuff, but also the stuff that get you in your head instead of zombies or things, so they're just eh.
Friday the 13th, because Jason is really scary and it just kind of gets me into that mood where you can scream at something and laugh at it at the same time.
Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think the part that creeped me out the most was Johnny Depp when he answers the phone and Freddy Krueger's tongue comes through the phone and touches him. Ooh, it was so gross. Freaks me out.
Wow, Daniel's into some pretty scary stuff. Now, back to y'all.
Thanks, Annika. If any of those things ever happened to me, I'd be pretty scared too.
You know what I'd be afraid of? Performing in front of everyone, but our band does it flawlessly.
They do. This year's performance is so good, but it's really spooky. And I just love how they put in the Stonehenge and the smoke. It just brings it all together.
Max and Kylie actually gave us a little behind the scenes look at it.
We just interviewed Max Cannon and Kylie Rudolph about this year's marching band team. Let's go see what they have to say.
And what this band has come from and what it is now would never be this way if it weren't for the amazing staff we have and for the amazing leadership team we have.
A lot of it is very mental, and I don't think we were mentally as prepared as we are now.
The first movement is about the sun going down at the end of the day. The second movement is the moon, and it's the sadness that we all feel at night. And then the third movement is about the sun coming back from the ritual that we're performing, with the flute player and then with the drumline feature. And then eventually at the end you hear all this glorious music and this amazing voiceover.
I think the most important thing for the band to be focusing on is just staying in the zone and trying to be as productive as we possibly can.
So, what's your favorite memory of being a leader in the band?
The second they called first place DW Daniel High School, being on that field, it was
being
amazing.
In the block, after you say relax in the block, everyone went
Everyone
crazy.
just started crying and hugging each other.
It was easily the best night of my band life.
I'm Maddie with Dwdtv.
I put a ton of work in my dance routines with just me. I can't imagine coordinating the whole band to get it together.
I know, and you know who else is pretty well coordinated? All of the Daniel sports. Did you hear about our Lady State Championship golfers?
I did not, but cheering on the Lions this year has been so much fun.
Hey y'all, this week for DW Sports, we got to sit down with a few of our varsity senior football players and talk about their winning season. We'll also get to look at some highlights from the JV football season. And if you see one of our girl golfers, make sure to give them a high five because girls golf did so good at state. They won state championships by a landslide. Emily Swords and Jillian O'Brien were named All-State Team for the second year in a row.
The players' team chemistry really stands out, which they believe has been a very key part of their success this season.
Well, I think we all worked extremely hard in the summer, and we were all with each other, and when I was working hard, Hampton was working hard, and Jen was working hard, and we all saw each other working hard together.
I think the biggest part is last year, we didn't really do drills together, but this year in the summer, we was at the school 6 to 7 hours a day. We had practice in the morning, then we'd come back, then we'd watch movies at the end of the day. Yeah, it was we was there most of the time.
I think trust. We trust each other this year. We know each other has each other's back, and then we can put our trust in the coaches and what they're going to do for us. I feel like it builds brotherhood and life skills on the road. You face adversity and stuff.
Good luck to all of our Daniel Lions this weekend. Have a great one.
See you next week, and don't forget about Red Ribbon Week.